Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. So in my today's video, I'm going to talk to you about one company from the Indian electronic manufacturing from the EMS sector. Its name is Syrma SGS Technology Ltd. So we'll understand their business model, what do they do, you know, and understand the overall thing and see what is their guidance, what they have given before. And when their Q4 results will come out, I will definitely talk about that also. So if you look at them, right, so they normally operate as a partner to companies who need electrical design and build, but they do not have their own factory. So that's what they do, and that's where their main business come for. So they actually provide end-to-end services, which includes product design, quick prototyping, PCB assembly, which is printed circuit board, and build box, assembling the final finished product. If you look at their overall revenue, right, so the which is the printed circuit board assembly, right, so that is their almost major part of the revenue, which comes almost 70 to 75%. So that is their bread and butter on which the company runs. And then the second part is around from RFID and magnetics. I think we all have worked, or nowadays everywhere we need an access card, right, to enter and get out of the building. So those are the ones. So they make that also, and what they are trying to do, right? They are trying to move from being a pure electronic manufacturing system, right, to ODM, which is original design manufacturing system. So where, because if they are able to design this product on their own and then sell it, they will get much more higher margin. Because normally what happens, the requirement comes to them, then according to that they work, and then they give it to the final customer. But over here, what they are trying to do, they are the only ones who are going to design the product, and they're going to manufacture and then sell it. So that will give them a much better margin. So if you look at the various industries that they serve, right, so they serve automotive, consumer electronics, industrial and healthcare segment. So they the whole business is quite diversified. If you look at their what makes this business unique, right, because as I said, right, the industries that they cater to, it's quite diverse. So even if one part of the business is not doing well, it does not impact the overall overall revenue of the company, because they do not have any concentration to any specific sector. And the other thing that they do, right, so they are moving from low margin products like simple fans or basic lights, right, to high margin areas like medical electronics and EV parts. So that is also one of the things which is helping them improve their margin. And other thing is they're investing quite heavily on R&D, because they are, as I told you earlier, they are trying to move as a ODM, which is original design manufacturing. So over here, they are putting money over there. So because of what, if they're able to design and give these products to these customers, right, the customers will even trust them more, and they will definitely, I mean, there's high chances that they will not switch to other customers. So, and the other thing is, like, they're almost a debt-free company. And if you look at the other things that which could be a challenge for this company, first is import dependency. Currently, they still import almost 70% of their raw materials from outside India, and majority of them are semiconductors from China. And if anything happens to this, whole supply chain of semiconductors, it could create a big problem for Syrma. And the other thing is, if we look at their compared to the competitors, which are like Kaynes Technology or Dixon, right, the overall return on how to say, capital employed is quite less compared to these companies, which is again a problem. So that means they are not as efficient as them, as well as the the margins that the product that they're getting is comparatively less. And the other thing, which is, I mean, I think it's quite common in these businesses, they have a high it's a high working capital intensive business, because they have to take the money, produce, and then deliver the product, and then only they get the money from the customer. And obviously they have to provide some credit days to these end customers also to pay to them. So, and if you look at their competitors and the market share, right? So, if you look at the company as a whole, they are among the top 5 to 7, electronic manufacturing companies in India. And if you look at their main competitors, first is Kaynes Technology. This is their closest rival, and obviously this company demands much more higher valuation than Syrma, is mainly because they have a much bad, much better margin. Then the second competitor is Dixon Technologies. So, but their main concentration is mostly on high volume consumer goods, while Syrma focuses on industrial and specialized electronics. So these are the main companies which I'm talking about. And if you look at their revenue growth guidance, right? So the company is given a revenue growth guidance of almost around 25 to 30%. And the other thing, as I told, right, they are trying to move from their low margin to high margin products. So currently their margins are around 7 to 8 person, and they're trying to move it to around 10% plus EBITDA margins. And if you look at their order book, it's quite strong because they have close to around 6,000 crore plus order book in visibility. And the other thing that they're doing is right, they are constructing India's largest multi-layer printed circuit board plant. So this is one of the things which they are doing, which will help them to become, to be much more efficient and obviously capture much more market share. So as of now, things are going well. And if you look at their Q3 results, right, they had actually done quite well because their overall revenue grew by almost around 45% to around 1,264 crore, and the profit was up by almost 109 percent to 110 crores. That is, they got a good operating leverage. So the way the things the company is doing, right, they are going in the right direction. But what we have to do is, right, we have to wait and see about the new plans that they are doing it, right, because if the execution goes well and the plant is run at the optimization as expected, right, then things will do, Syrma will do quite well, and they might be able to improve their overall margin as well as improve their ROCE also. So let's see how does it goes, and I'll definitely keep an eye on the Q4 results and keep you guys posted. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you and God bless you.